Hey guys.
Hey,
welcome to
welcome.
Gear Time.
Our first one.
Yep. So Drew and I are going to start doing Gear Times live. We've got everything set up now to do it. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I think
we can
got a
do
good
this
setup.
live We're trying to do it a once a week thing.
Yeah.
We're going to try to do it once a week every Thursday around 1 o'clock. Today was our initial time, so of course we had to do lots of setup and
Slipped a bit.
yeah, slipped a bit. And so if Drew's schedule allows it, without meetings and stuff like that, so times could be flexible depending on what his schedule's like, but we're going to try to do it every
I think we
Thursday
can go
around 1.
one. Yep.
Yep. So today, Drew came to us with an idea that he had to save some money if you guys are looking to expand your hard drive space. I know I am. I've been doing a search the last couple of days, and 8 terabytes is like the drive that I've been looking for. So it's a great timing that Drew brought this to our attention, and we're going to talk about how you can save $60 per drive, and if you buy 2 drives, which I'm looking at doing, that's $120 savings, right?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, the Seagate just released the new Iron Wolf drives in a 14 terabyte
Yes,
size,
I noticed
which is
that. Yes, that's
insane. But they're more expensive. But generally speaking, when you drop down to this size, and there's some real advantages to buying a NAS specific drive where they have some vibration, tolerance, they're designed to work in a NAS box a little bit. But I have used I've used those, and I've used Western Digital Reds. I really like.
Yep, I've used it before too. Yeah.
This time I'm a little bit more budget conscious, and I have not ever lost a drive, but I always run them in. I usually use these in a Drobo box, personally.
Right, where they're rated and they have the redundancy, right?
They have redundancy. If I lose one, and I've never lost one, but if I lose one, I just pull it out and you can pop another one in. Yeah. And the Drobo box, and we'll talk about the cool Thunderbolt 3 Drobo box probably next time.
Okay. So, when we're talking photography too, you want to start tearing that box open. I'll talk about, when you're saving your files. I mean, I've got almost 70 to 80,000 photos in my collection, and I know those photographers have more than that. Tons and more. You guys, I mean, Jeff Peterson, for instance, has I don't even know how many drives he has. I think he has like 16 drives, different hard drives, and they're just all over the place. And so file management and storage is like a huge issue with photographers, and we're always looking at ways of streamlining or making things simpler for ourselves. And getting something like 8 terabytes is a good starting point, especially when you have 2 of them together. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at doing. I've got 2 4s right now, and I'm thinking about upgrading to 2 8s to double my storage, and so making it twice as big.
Yeah, and with me, I do a lot of video, and one of the other things that's upcoming is we're going to talk about drones a little bit, and I do a lot of drone video.
And when you start doing 4K video.
Oh, 4K. The Inspire 2, which we'll review next time, does Apple ProRes RAW.
Okay. And
you start chewing through. It's more compressed than the former RAW video, which was Cinema DNG.
Right.
But it is still a lot
massive
of space.
File size. Yeah.
I've got 3 Drobos right now, and I've also got and I think we'll cover those too. Some IC dock. See, these things, you can get these, and then what are you going to do? You have a million wires going into, like, I used to have like, I don't know, like 8 of these.
Right.
And I don't like
them all coming out and spidering in, and then it's just,
So now I've got them all in one.
So we're thinking about, so what I'm going to do with my drives is not going to use any of this stuff. What we're going to do is take the hard drive out of here. So what I've got is I've got an older Mac Pro that has 4 bays, so I can fit a lot of hard drive space in mine. So I can take 2 of mine out, put 2 of these in, and double my space. And what we're going to do is show you guys, by tearing this thing open, you can take the drive out and put it in something like a Drobo or any other kind of NAS system, or internally if you've got a bigger, older computer like I do.
Now, what you do here is, if you can look at that.
Okay, let me pull
we
up.
Switched over to this one.
Yeah, let me pull up closer here.
Okay, what we're doing here is you slip your knife in here, and you can save these, but if you see down in here, they've got these little clips.
Oh yeah, you just got to pop those clips.
And you just gotta pop this open like this. And there's a reason that we're doing this, that we're getting to right here. See right there?
Ah, there's the drive.
You've got a drive. And you take this drive out of here. And
it's got some, some rubber
little rubber things. So that's it. And so what these are doing is, these are little screws that are, why don't we grab that screwdriver that we had? Why not have one on here? So what we've got is, we've got these little screws that are right here.
This is easier.
And these are spacer screws. Obviously, when you're using your iMac Pro, you know, you take these out so it rides in the little tray.
On a big Mac Pro, you're gonna have a tray going over the top of this, and so you can use the same screws, but they already have screws on those trays.
Yeah,
so.
right. But this is the thing. Here's the big surprise. The big reveal is we're gonna flip this drive over and show you what we're actually looking at that's inside one of these, and why this makes sense to do it this way.
Oh, sorry.
So this is the last one, and then they've got this little tiny circuit board that actually creates the USB 3
connection, right?
interface that is right here. So it's this one. If we need a
smaller part,
head on the screwdriver. 60 people watching right now. Yeah. So you just pop this open like this, and then you take this one like this, and you just pull that off, and
it's got like the aluminum tape. Yep, take that off.
And there's what you got, is you got an 8 terabyte Seagate Barracuda drive. Now, here's the thing, is this drive costs $200 without this stuff.
Right.
It costs $140 to buy it inside of this box. So you have to do that much work, and you get to save $60 per drive.
So if I'm buying 2 of these for my system, which is the one I do, instead of spending $400, I'm going to spend $120 less by buying 2 of the external drives.
That's right.
And peeling it off and spending what was that, 2 minutes?
Yep.
To take it out, and then I've got my raw drive ready to go in my system.
So I'll take that home and I'll slap that either in an IC dock box that gives me just a bunch of discs, right? Or I put it in a Drobo. And I like that a lot better than having a bunch of these individual. And I've had them, and I have a cabinet that I put them in there with fans in it and everything.
Yeah.
But the amount of wires, something inevitably comes loose somewhere. I don't, you
have to hunt it down and all this stuff. And
it's a pain in the butt. So we'll review some of those other items in the future when we cover those ones as well.
Okay.
Now, and I've got this extra little adapters, which is nice. So there's that. So that's the first thing we're going to cover today. The second thing that we're going to cover.
The thing I like about the extra piece, though, is you can use this for other drives, which is what I do all the time. So I save the power supply, and I use the plug. And so if I'm like taking a drive that might be problematic, and I just want to plug it in real fast or something, I use this interface for that. So you just don't throw this out. Keep this, because this could be very useful.
Yeah, I've done the same thing, and I've done this with both Western Digital MyBooks and with these Seagate expansion drives. And I love the Seagate because it's a Barracuda, and I like these Barracuda drives. But when I think that they handle them a little bit differently. So I've kept one from a MyBook Studio, and I've kept one from Seagate, and I have both of them. Just throw those in a drawer, and if I need a new one, then I'll have a new one.
I've got one from a Toshiba drive that we got a long time ago, and it still works really well for quick external drives. So.
Now, we are going to review other Shimoda stuff in the future here.
Right.
But because I've got the whole set. I love Shimoda. I love Peak Designs, and I'm kind of a gear junkie. And so but this bag is way better in my view than the Peak Design bag for the small stuff. And the reason it is because of these soft windows into the bag.
Yeah.
But this is the large.
So you don't have to open the bag every time to see what's in it. Yeah. You can just do a quick look, right?
And even then, on the inside, it has this mesh. So you can also see what's going on in there. So you open it up. It has one very large pocket that I can keep all kinds of cool stuff in. Like I've got batteries and all the stuff that normally be rattling around in your bag.
Right.
You keep in here, and then there's another one right here, and I can keep. Obviously, I've got all kinds of cool
smaller stuff,
cleaning stuff and batteries and things like that. And then you've got this one that doesn't have the clear window, but it's nice and it allows you to hold things. Now I've got the small and the large of these, and I can fit this I set it right inside my Shimoda backpack in the top. And we'll review the backpack.
And is this a small bag? This is the small bag?
This is the large.
That's the large bag.
The small is about this size. It's like 1 square. It's basically the same thing, but it's 1 square size rather than this is like a double size.
Okay.
So
for me, the value in this is when you're traveling, and this is what it's built and designed for. Because when you're at the airport and you have accessories in here, like there's lithium-ion batteries in this battery pack, right? And you've got some other electronic gear, they want you to separate that out in a lot of airports. San Francisco especially. You will waste so much time if you have to, like I've done twice now. If you put your bag through with your camera and your batteries in it, they're going to wait. They're going to put it on hold. You might have to wait for 4 other people to clear their bags first. And you're going to wait there for almost another hour before you can actually get your bag and go towards your plane.
You guys are traveling enough now.
Yes,
why haven't you got one of these yet?
Okay, we're getting the TSA pre-check is a must, and we're going to get that.
Yeah, we'll talk about the global entry process.
But before you do all that, these are awesome because you put all your stuff in a couple of these bags, and then you just unzip, boom, boom, set them aside, and then the security doesn't have a problem with it, right?
No, you can just literally lay it open like that and run it through. They can see everything still encased and enclosed in there.
Yeah, so that's great. They get a visual, and then they x-ray it, and they know, okay, that's good to go.
But see, they have a visual, and I have a visual, and I'm trying to find something instead of searching around in a dark bag. So I like that. I like the bright blue color because, sometimes... Honestly, you're on a trip. I've got bags and junk and drones and cameras and everything sitting in the back. I like having a unique bright blue color because then I know where it is. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's over there behind that other bag. I can see the edge of it sticking out.
Right.
That's a little bit
besides gray or black, which is pretty standard. Yeah.
So I like the bright color there. Now, we've got one more thing to cover here. And obviously... If you follow Photog Adventures, a big part of what Photog Adventures is about is Milky Way photography.
Yep, night photography. Yeah.
And we're getting into the time of year when it's starting to get a little cool at night, right?
Yeah.
And temperatures change really fast around here, and we like to take pictures of Milky Way where you've got a mirror from a lake or something that, or marshy area quite a bit.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. So what this is, and I learned about this, and I bought one of these because our buddy who's part of Photog Adventures, Kurt Kais,
has one. Okay.
Told me about this, and there are a couple of different brands, and we'll put a link to one. I don't think we looked, and I can't find this one. This one is from Rantum, but there are a couple of different brands here, and what this is this is a lens warmer, and so what you do is you wrap this around your lens.
Should I pull up a lens?
Let's grab one.
There's one right down there in the bag, right down at your feet there. Just pull one of those lenses out of there.
Yeah, let's just grab this. Let's grab the camera.
The big one.
So all you do is you take this and you wrap it around like this, and then you plug this into your battery pack that if you're smart, you'll have plugged into your, with a lot of cameras, we should cover that too. There's something else that you could use this for that's fantastic with with the Sonys, you can plug straight into it and then you can run them all night if you want.
Yeah. I can already feel it starting to get a little warm.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And so that keeps this just warm enough that your lens doesn't fog up when you're doing a long time lapse or something. You leave the camera running and you get a first half hour is fine, and then all of a sudden the thing is like ruined. Your time lapse
I've had that happen twice now.
And this provides enough heat, and it will last a long enough time
to just keep it nice and warm in there.
Just warm enough
to keep the temp away.
So that takes care of it. So, obviously we've got all kinds of fun things that we're going to be covering in the future.
Yeah, this guy. Seriously, we've got so much gear between the three of us that we could do this forever. I think so. As new things come up, we've actually made an agreement with Pictureline.
Yep, Pictureline will be a sponsor for us.
They're going to sponsor us so we can get a hold of bodies, lenses, and all that stuff from those guys. And so you guys just send us a comment, send us requests. What do you guys want to see? We can get almost everything photographically. And then as far as other accessories, he's got so much stuff. And we'll talk about what you can do for your computer, accessories like this. The hard drive is a great start. Typical stuff we can get on the cheap. We want to do stuff that's budgetly minded. We want to give you stuff that's if money's not a problem, okay, we want to have some gear for you there as well. And so
we are sitting right now broadcasting to you from about 6 miles away from Really Right Stuff's new factory.
Oh, yes.
And so one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to take you on a tour of their factory a little bit later here.
Yeah. So that's going to be awesome. I'm excited for that because I really want to see those guys and see the machines in action and show you guys like behind the scenes of that.
That's kind of the other end of the budget conscious end of things, but we're going to cover it all.
Yep. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us. So we're glad you guys could join us, and we hope you have a good week.